Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. Today I'm here with a little Squeaky Cheap share of, I think it was last year or maybe it was the year before. I was talking with Tracy, who is Tracy's Treasures 24. I'll put a link to her channel in the description box. And I was telling her that one of the things that I wanted to make was recipe books for some members of my family. But I didn't want to go through all of the hassle of, using the bind it all and, all that kind of stuff. The Christmas crunch, you just don't have time for, big projects like that, especially when you're making several. So I was talking to her and I was like, I want to do something, but I don't know what. And Tracy came up with a suggestion of using one of these. Now, these come from the dollar store. Unfortunately, my dollar store was out when I went to go buy these, so these particular ones, came from Michael's. They were 2 for $5 when they were on sale. I bought these last year, I think. 50% off, whatever it was. Anyway, the dollar store ones don't have quite as many pages in it, so, but it would still work. That's why I say it's squeaky cheap, because if you go to the dollar store, sorry for the glare, it's a buck, okay? The other thing you would need would be, obviously, your recipe cards, stickers, your paper pads. Anyway, so, there's one paper pad. It has 2 sheets in it, okay? That's a paper pad. Done. That's a paper pad. Done. Paper pad. Done. Paper pad. Done. Paper pad. Done. So I went through, with the exception of this one, it has like 2 sheets in it. I went through 6 paper pads, guys. 6 by 6 paper pads. Now, some of these are 6.5, like the Kaiser Craft is 6.5, which you kind of need a little bit bigger sheet of paper for the covers of these particular ones that I got. It's just a little bit bigger than 6. But anyway, I'll show you the few that I made. They're really, really simple. I hope this is coming in. There's a really bad glare. Sorry. So this is the first one I did. Again, these are really simple. I didn't put a lot of stuff into them. Just the paper. So all I did was put the paper in, put a recipe card in, and then I punched out little circles for file tabs. Because that one just came off. I have to fix that. Some glues don't stick, and this was the first one I made, so I was experimenting. Anyway, so just your pretty papers and, file tabs. That's it, guys. It's a lot of paper. As you can see, you go through about 2 pads, depending on, if you have a full pad or not. All of the pads that I had were basically, there was a couple sheets missing, or one of them had only like maybe half its sheets. I'll have to fix that one. So that's the first one. Okay, sorry for the glare. But it makes a nice sized book. This particular one is much thicker, but even the really thin ones from the dollar store, once you get all those papers in there, it chunks them up a little bit. But that's certainly enough room for holiday recipes, I think. I did not put any categories or anything like that. I want the, recipients to be able to put in their own categories, because not everybody does drinks, not everybody does casseroles, maybe it's just family recipes, that have been passed down from generation to generation that you have every Christmas. And so then I made a very bright, cheerful one. This one is using the city sidewalks and then the Kaiser Craft Silly Season. So it's that one and this one, and they kind of, they they coordinate color-wise pretty good. So that's what I did, is I just took 2 paper pads that kind of coordinate together, like this one here is All Is Bright and Winter Fun. These were both paper pads that, you know, had some papers missing because I had done a few cards out of them, but I didn't think of anything that I was going to use the whole paper stack for. This was fantastic because I got to use all of this paper, and I don't feel guilty now. So, and then the last one, but I was going to show you this one first. So this is just the bright ones, and again, I just put the paper in and, you know, the recipe cards, and I just made little tiny file tabs for this one. Just little, you know, 1-inch pieces. So, just really simple. And the patterns repeat, but that's okay. I kind of mixed up all the papers, you know, in different orders. And great thing about, you know, these paper stacks is that they kind of give you, you know, what sheet coordinates with what sheet. So that's 2 right there. And I made 1 more. And for this one I used the Kaisercraft St. Nicholas. Okay, and the Lost and Found Christmas. So those kind of coordinate color-wise a little bit. And so this is the last one that I made. And I think it turned out, you know, pretty. Again, it's simple. I just wrote in there holiday recipes, added a couple of die cuts, and there you go. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just the paper and a couple little tabs. So, and if, you know, they don't want to use it as recipes, honestly, they could simply take out the recipe cards and put photos in it. So, you know, it says our holiday recipe, they could take that out and just slip a piece of paper in there or a photograph right on top of that if they wanted to. So that is my share, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Use up those stickers, you know, use up those paper stacks. Have fun with it. These 3 right here I did in about 2 hours. So, and that was just, you know, cutting all the papers to size, making the, you know, using the scraps for the file tabs, and doing the covers. So 2 hours for 3 books all done. That's pretty good time-wise, you know, so it's great for a crunch if you know, have, and this would make a great teacher's gift, I think. Lots of people are sentimental about their holiday stuff. I know I personally am. So, you know, there are recipes that, you know, I use just for the holidays. So that's why I did this. Anyway, Tracy, thank you again for the, you know, for helping me figure this out and for your encouragement on, you know, doing it. I should have done it last year, but better late than never. And my shopping's all done, the tree's up. I still have to finish decorating, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a great week. And remember to make a happy memory. Bye!